Hey, this is Scott from MasterExcelTraining.com. Today I want to talk about what if you need to add just a portion of someone's name into another field to create, say, a unique identifier. So what do I mean by that? If you looked at my video on Concatenate, we took the Joe and the Smith and used Concatenate to make the full name Joe Smith or Smith, comma Joe. But what if I only need to use a part of those names? Like I don't need to use the full name. So what the actual question was about is employee IDs, right? They said my employee ID is only the first 3 letters of the last name and the first 3 letters of the first name, and then add the employee number on top of that. Let's say we'll do that. But it was this person, their question was the first 3 letters of the last name and the first 3 letters of the first name. That made a unique ID in their company. And so they asked me, using the Concatenate formula, how exactly would I do that? So today I want to talk about a couple of the formulas, right, left, and middle. And I'll show you how to use them, nesting them together with Concatenate. That just adds to the flexibility of the Concatenate formula. In this person's example, they needed to take the first 3 letters of the last name and the first 3 letters of the first name. So how would I do that? So I'm going to start off the same way with Concatenate as I did before. So I hit Concatenate and I'm going to hit Tab. But now, instead of me just looking at a full name, I want to just take, in this case, the first 3 letters of the last name. So if you look at that, it's the first 3 letters on the left of the word Smith, right? So here I'm going to type in the formula left, and now I'm going to hit another parentheses. And if you look here, it's asking me for what is the text and how many characters. So I'm going to go to the text here, which is Smith, and I'm going to say 3 characters, because I only want to have 3 characters in the first 3 characters of the last name. And that's like the first section of the Concatenate formula. Now I'm going to hit a comma, and I'm going to basically do the exact same thing. I'm going to type left. But now this time I'm going to go to the first name. I'm going to choose the name, comma, and how many characters? 3. And now I just have to close off the entire formula. So it's 2 parentheses on the right-hand side. And now I just have the first 3 of the left. I'm sorry, first 3 of the last, first 3 of the first. And I could copy this down so that everybody has that unique identifier. And now, let's just say on top of this, you want to add the employee ID. Not necessarily like the EMP dash, but maybe these last 6 digits. So how would you do that? Well, in this formula, this last parenthesis closes off the Concatenate, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to hit another comma, and I'm going to keep going with the Concatenate formula. But in this time, I'm going to say, instead of left, I'm going to say right, because I want to take those 6 digits to the right of the employee number. I'm going to hit the parentheses, and now instead of selecting a name, I'm going to select the employee number. And I'm going to hit comma 6. Now I'll close off both of those parentheses, and now I have the last name with the 6 digits of the employee number. That's great. But what if I didn't need the full employee number? Let's just say I needed the first 3 digits, because let's just say this 134 was, a certain region or a certain department, and a 142 was a different department, or whatever the reason is. I don't want to see the full 6 digits. I just want to see the first 3 digits of that employee number. So let's start that again. Let's just do it from scratch. How would I do that? Well, I'm going to go into Concatenate. And again, I'm going to say left, because I want to get the first 3 letters of the last name. I'm going to say, so I go to the last name, hit 3. Now I'm going to hit a comma. I'm going to say left. I'm going to go to the first name, hit 3. And now what I'm going to do on this one, instead of, just taking, like, say, the right 6 digits, I'm going to use a formula called mid. Now what middle does, or mid, you start somewhere in the middle of a string of text, and then you just tell Excel how many characters do you want to bring in. So in other words, mid, I'm going to hit the parenthesis, I'm going to come over to the employee number, and now if you look here, it says start number and then number of characters. And if you can't see that, let me just scoot over a little bit. So if you see, start number and number of characters. So let's go over here. The start number is going to be, see if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth position is the 1. So I'm going to say comma 5. And then I just want to bring back 3. Because I want to bring back the 3, like the 134, the 138. And now I'm going to close that parenthesis, and I'll close off the entire thing for the concatenate. And now you see I have the first 3 letters of the last name, the first 3 letters of the first name, and the first 3 letters of the employee ID number. I can copy that down. And that's the way you do it when you want to take a portion of a name or a portion of a number and use the concatenate formula. It's kind of nesting formulas together, and using concatenate still brings them all together. All right, I hope this helps. I mean, if you have a similar situation, try playing around with the concatenate formula using other formulas to nest in, because it makes concatenate much more flexible. So just play around with that. Concatenate, I mean, it's real flexible and you can do a lot with it. So try to nest different formulas together with it and play around with that. Any comments or questions, throw it in the comments and I will talk to you later. All right, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed this Excel tip. If you did like this video, please hit like and please subscribe to my channel so you never miss any of my Excel tips and tricks. And please check out my complete Excel training course on udemy.com. I'm offering all of my YouTube viewers an 80% discount on the complete course. Just click the link below or use the promo code YouTube80. This course is currently 8 hours long and is broken down into 3 sections. You have the basics and beyond, then you have section 2, ultimate reconciliation and analysis, and lastly, pivot table domination. So check it out, click the link, and save 80%. Till next time, this is Scott, signing off.